please stop making these mistakes when you're designing your homes. These are very small errors but can really cost you a lot. If you're an interior designer, then follow the processes. And in case you're not an interior designer, then please hire an interior designer. They are professionals meant to help you. And in case you can't afford one, then try to follow some of these steps, because this is really going to help you to smoothline the entire process and not go off about it. So try to not make these errors, which I'm going to be discussing about in this video, so that you do not waste a lot of time, money, effort, and your space can still look beautiful. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tanvi Sixeria, the founder and CEO of Lil Miss Designer, a luxury interior design firm. And if you're here to find out about the tips, tricks and hacks and anything to do with interior design, then you're at the right place. So the first point that I'm going to be talking about is one of the most important points. It's something that when you hear, you're going to think it's such a silly point, but trust me, this can make all the difference. Okay. Pre-plan before execution. Now what I mean by this is, sometimes when we're renovating or designing our houses, we do not realize the timeline that's going to take to actually do the process, and sometimes we have to hurry into the entire process, which leads to us just breaking everything and doing everything, and along the process of doing the execution of the project, we start thinking and planning and designing. This is so wrong. Please do not do this. I highly recommend that you actually take a week or 2 weeks or however long that you have to actually sit down and pre-plan the entire design phase procedures before you start with the execution of the project, because this small hack is really going to save you a lot of time, cost, energy, and make your space look spectacular. And when you're designing your space, sometimes when suddenly if you've just broken off a wall and then you're suddenly thinking about, oh, what can I put onto this wall, or where should I put this bed now, it's too big, this bed is not going to fit in the right place, and you're coming up with a couple of problems. Well, these are the exact problems that you can avoid if you pre-plan well. Now when I'm talking about pre-planning, what I mean is go through the entire process to do it. The simple steps about this is, one is to actually take the measurements and photos of your existing space before you started the execution. After you've done that, do a little research when understanding what is your style, what do you really like doing in terms of, do you like a modern design style, do you like a contemporary design style, what are the styles that you really like and resonate with, so that you do not finally have a mixture of 100 styles looking like a complete circus. You have that one design style going all across, or maximum 2 design styles across the entire house. So making sure that understanding what is your design style is very important. In case you need a hack for this, you can just do one of these online design quizzes that are available, or check out Pinterest. That's a great way to understand. Now that you know the design style, you have the measurements of your existing space, the next thing is to actually come down to understanding how the space is actually going to look. And this way is possible with your 3D views. Now 3D views is very important to be simultaneously made with your drawings. Now drawings are basically a little technical, which an interior designer or someone of this profession might be able to help you out a little better. But what happens is, in these measurements that we make a furniture layout. In the furniture layout, we actually determine where the furniture is being placed and what is the size of each furniture and how everything looks great together. For example, if you're doing a bedroom, you're going to have a bed in the center and you're going to have 2 side tables on the side. Well, I know that part's easy, but what should be the size of the bed? What should be the size of the side tables? Where should your TV go? Where should your wardrobe go? Is there any additional feature that you would like to incorporate into the bedroom but you feel you may not have space? While incorporating all of your requirements into that space and ensuring that it doesn't look too cluttered, and at the same time you get all your requirements in it, is the hack of actually having this furniture plan. Now that you have this furniture plan, the next step is to figure out your electricals. Because what happens if you don't figure out your electricals now, you're going to be having random exposed wires all across your room, and that's going to look really shabby. You do not want that. Think about where you want to put the light. Do you want to have a hanging light by the side table? Or let's say if it's a kitchen, where are you going to be putting all of your appliances like your microwave and your oven, etc.? Because not only do you need the right lighting, you also need the right switchboards. For example, if one switchboard is going to have, let's say, 8 switches, which switch is going to put on which light? Ensuring that all of this is really well pre-planned when all of the drawings We call this as a switchboard legend, and a switchboard legend really makes it easy for both you to understand what is going where, as well as your contractor who is actually going to execute the work. So ensuring that you have all your drawings, you have all your measurements, and of course you have a 3D view to actually understand the color, look, style and everything. Now, how the 3D view works is, we actually put in the actual material or the product that you're going to be using. So let's say if you've liked a really nice sofa from IKEA or one of the websites, you can actually put that same sofa into the 3D view. And you can actually put the color, size, everything that is actually as per what you have selected. Also making sure that the wall behind the sofa looks well with the sofa, ensuring that the hanging light that you've chosen by it also goes well together. So the 3D view really helps to understand the colors, it helps you to understand the placement, it helps you to understand the height, and it gives you an overall picture of how your space is going to look without even starting to execute it. In fact, now you have these VR systems that you can actually do a walkthrough. So imagine you're walking through your future house without it even being designed. Can it get any better? So technology has come up with such brilliant solutions. Please make use of these solutions, because these technology solutions are really going to help you uplift your space with very minimum errors. Now the next step, after you have your 3D visuals in place and you know exactly what color is going where, if you're going to be going for a grey tile for the bathroom, or are you going to be going for a wooden flooring or a marble flooring. Once you know all of this and the 3D view is giving you all of that clarity, the next step is to go and find out the materials to make sure that everything that is in that 3D view is going to come into reality in real life, in your bedroom or your kitchen or any space that you're looking at design. Have a list of windows that you would like to select from, or like brands that you're familiar with or you really like. So what happens is, let's say if you know that you want to be having a bedroom, in the bedroom you're going to be having one bed, two side tables, one wardrobe, one dresser and maybe a study. Now you can individually look at all of these furniture items. Would you like to buy these ready-made from a website, or would you like to get it customized and made as per your choice? If you're looking at ready-made, you can actually go to a few furniture stores and buy them. Or in case you don't want to do that, then you can even go and buy it online. But do not make the mistake of doing everything last minute after the execution has actually started. Do all of this before the execution has started. Trust me, this is very important so that you do not waste your money and time. And once you have sourced all your materials, from your lighting to your furniture to what wall panels to the paint colors and everything, also look into the styling, because what happens is you tend to make this mistake. When you're designing this space, you do not incur the costs that are going to be coming onto the styling of it, and then last minute you're left with a bedroom or a kitchen or a living room which is going to look really shabby, because you're going to be using your existing decor and you're going to be having your new furniture and new walls. So ensuring that you give a little bit of that cost in considered for your styling and your miscellaneous items is very important. Do not make this mistake. For example, if you're adding a rug under the sofa, or if you want to be adding a beautiful planter in one of the corners, you need to consider all of these costs as well, and incorporate all of this in your 3D view right from the start, so that you don't have a problem. Like, let's say if you had a living room and you had chosen to put a plant somewhere, and then throughout later on in the process you realize that there is no place because that planter is too big. These errors can be avoided by having the correct measurements of that planter put into your drawing and then put into the 3D view. So this process of having it from the start with measurements, putting into the drawings, putting into the 3D views, and last of all selecting your materials is the process that you should definitely follow, and do not skip any steps. And last but not the least, once all of this is done, please do not make this mistake. Do not start your execution without doing a furniture marking and electrical marking in your existing place. Now what I mean by this is, take a tape, take a pencil, take any medium that you find comfortable and do an entire marking of that entire furniture layer in your space. So for example, if you had a bed, actually draw that bed with tape or with the pencil on the flooring, so that you can actually walk through the entire process to see if you're finding something that is too big or too small, or if you would like to reduce the size of something, or if you would like to add something. This is a great way to understand if you really are happy with your layout or would like some rectification. So do you understand? If you had a small change, all you have to do is make a small little edit in the drawing instead of actually breaking something or removing something that you have already bought. This can really save you a lot of time, energy, and a lot of money. Because imagine if you didn't like something and you had to break an entire wall, you are going to be spending dollars and rupees and lakhs of money, whereas you could have just saved that by deleting one simple line in a drawing. Now, doesn't it make so much more sense to pre-plan before execution? And now that you've done your furniture marking and you're happy with it, you've made all of the alterations in your drawings, you are ready to go. You do not even have to be involved in the daily tasks because you have done the pre-planning. All you have to do is submit those drawings to your contractor or anyone who's going to be executing the project, and they will take it from there. They will do the thing, everything based on that drawing. So there is no confusion even if there are 10 people handling that thing. In case any small error comes up, of course those can be considered, but at least you're being safe from spending so much money. And guess what? With this process, at the end of it, I can guarantee that your errors are going to be as minimal as possible. You're not going to be wasting any money, and it's going to be much quicker because everyone already knows what is coming where. And well, I really hope you understood what I'm talking about and you follow these steps. Once again, I'm reminding you, please, please, please do not make this mistake. Do not start your execution work in your house without pre-planning. And in the pre-planning stage, please consider the measurements, the furniture layouts, all the technical drawings, the 3D views, to the material selection, to the end styling, and last of all your furniture marking. And only then and there start your execution. And if you follow these steps, I would love to know what is your reaction on how things improved and how much quicker everything went. So do comment below and let me know. I would love to hear about your experience. And thank you so much for watching. I really hope you found this video really helpful. And of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And of course, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on my next video. Thank you.